everybody, my name is Mike Feeney from Doane Chevrolet in Rochester, New York, and today I'm here to talk to you about how to battle the auto market. Now when I say auto market, I'm talking gas prices, insurance rates, as well as car rates, rebates, and the price of used cars. Let's dig in and take a look how you can save some money. Now the first thing we need to do when tackling any kind of problem is identify what it is that we're trying to do. Well, let me ask you a couple questions here. How much have you paid for a gallon of gas recently? Last night I paid $3.89. That adds up. Now, how much is your car payment, and is it really affordable for you? Now, of course, you take the lowest payment that you could find, but the one that you have, are you stretching every dollar to make it? Are you looking to get out of it? Let me take you through a few pointers. Now, also, do you have any idea on how to increase the gas mileage of the current vehicle that you're driving? Yeah, there's a couple things that people have said. Does it really work? I don't know. But let's look at some ideas that really will. And the last thing is what's going on with the auto market. Why are these prices so high? Let's dig in and we'll take a look how you can save some money. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about here is gas prices. $3.89 a gallon. Eesh. It was $4, over $4. At least it's coming down a little bit, but it's still an issue. How do we take care of it? People are trading in trucks left and right, getting smaller four-door cars, when really they do need the truck for work purposes. And gas stations are starting to close. People are starting to get all crazy, scrambling to find each and every penny off a tank of gas that they can get. Now, when talking about how to get better gas mileage, fueleconomy.gov says changing your air filter, using oil in recommended increments, and keeping the tire pressure at a recommended level will help you, and you may see an increase of only 6.3%. That's not good enough for me. Let's keep going. Now, this is a graph of just gas prices in the basic Buffalo and Western New York area, $3.89 to $3.85. I did some calculations over the side. If you have a 100-mile round trip a day, $3.89 per gallon. If you're averaging 25 miles per gallon in your vehicle, you're paying $15.56. That's nuts. What can we do about this? The car prices. I got a funny story for you. Andy Jones, the owner of Gerald Jones Honda in Augusta, Georgia, paid $6,000 in an auction for a 2004 Buick Century with 70,000 miles. He paid $6,000. That right there is a car that would sell for $6,000. He's going to try and fix it up and sell it for $8,500. Now, the interesting part about this is more than 3 times what a car like this would have been worth had the recession not hit or prior to the recession. So what this is telling me here is the key word in economics, if you can think back, inflation. This is what we got to stop. How are we going to get around this? Our insurance costs. Cars are built lighter and more fuel efficient than ever, but is it good enough? Because we're sacrificing the safety of our vehicles. I'm going to show you a couple different things here why plastic versus metal is a thing that you need really to think about. Okay, so here we have a picture of a smart car. I know it's kind of tough to see on the camera, but the smart car is pretty much demolished. That's the whole point of the picture here. Now, if you look at the next one, the larger size cars, you have a 2008 Chevrolet Impala. It's a little bit bigger. It is actually made out of cast aluminum and metal. The hood's barely dented, and it flew over a couple cars. It didn't just collide with them. It went over the top. This is what I'm looking for when I'm talking about safety. Now you're asking yourself, we've talked about safety, gas prices, the market values of used vehicles going up. Now what can we do? There's a couple solutions. We got the Chevy Volt and its sister car, the Toyota Prius, different company. Go ahead and buy an older car. It'll take your repair bills right through the roof, but at least you won't have a payment. It's not always the best option. A motorcycle, a bicycle pose serious safety threats. Why don't you get a higher paying job? Easier said than done, right? How about the Chevy Cruze? That could be one to look at. Bicycle. The cons. Safety. Max speeds 15 miles per hour. You can take it on the back roads only, no expressways. It's hard work pedaling up those hills day after day. No storage and no long trips with the family. Let's kick that one right out of the mix. A motorcycle. Very unsafe. 1, possibly 2 people can ride depending on the bike. You can only have it out in the summertime. It's a very high risk. There's vandalism sometimes involved. all kinds of different things. So let's look at the Chevy Volt. Now this is the first ever electric car released in 2011 by Chevrolet. Now, the great thing is it gets 93 miles to the gallon. It's got a nice touchscreen system. It's got all these great things, good size, like I said, 100% electric, but it's pricey. It starts out at $42,000. $42,000. That's double the price of most mid-sized cars. Just because it's electric? I don't know. You have to plug it in every day through a 110 or 220 volt outlet, usually in your kitchen or your garage. Lasts you for only 35 miles before the gas generator kicks in. That's insane. Payments estimated at nearly $900 a month. That's incredible. You're still paying for gas on top of this. And insurance. You're well over $1,000 to drive this vehicle. Let's look at some other options. I think I found the way. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2010 and 2011 Chevrolet Cruze. What we're going to get here, the pros. You can lease it for only $179 a month, depending on the model, with no money down. You got a 9.9 out of 10 government survey on safety ratings. You got 42 miles to the gallon on the highway. Now I can speak from personal experience. My Cruze gets 38.8 miles to the gallon, and it literally tells you. Great look. You got a nice sporty spoiler on the back. You got the alloy rims. You got a huge trunk. And let me tell you, the base Cruze, which still has your power windows, power locks, power mirrors, you're still going to have the electronic lunch release. You're still going to have the power keys. You're still going to have the laser cut keys. You're still going to have all kinds of different options. Folding back seats. You got the neon blue interior. You got all kinds of options. They start around $16,100. Now that's a deal. You got 138 horsepower out of a 1.4-liter turbocharged engine. It's a quick thing. The only downfall I found of this vehicle is that if you have more than 3 kids, you got to get something a little bit larger. But for a mid-size or a small sedan, this is absolutely perfect. Let's look at it in a more economical standpoint. Now the benefits of the price, like I said, it starts at $16,100. You add 8% sales tax, it brings you to $17,388. Financing with 0 down, you get a rate of 5%. You're at 60 months, $328 a month, 72 months, $280.03. Now that is a deal. You're going to be saving both on your monthly payment at the gas pump and insurance with those safety ratings. Let's look at what we're saving in gas. Now, when looking at a Cruze, like I said, the average that I'm getting is 38.8. So for argument's sake, that's what I'm going to use here. A 50-mile trip, that's estimating real high. Who has a 50-mile commute to work every day besides myself? Not many people, but we're going to do this for argument's sake anyway, just to show you on the high side. 50 miles a day divided by 38.8 miles to the gallon leaves you consuming 1.28 gallons of gas a day. Times 3.80, $3.80 a gallon for gas. You're paying $4.89 a day in gas. That's nothing. That's very minimal compared to most of these other vehicles. If you figure this is on 38 miles to the gallon, if you divide that in half, you go even at 20 miles to the gallon. Your number almost doubles. You're almost at $10 a day. This is a huge, huge savings already. Huge savings. Now you add your payment in there. You multiply the $4.89 a day times 5 days for the 5-day work week. You're at only $24.48 a week. That's only $100 a month, less than $100. You add your payment on there, you're at $179 if you lease the vehicle, $279. Maybe you add insurance on there, maybe you're paying $50 for insurance. You're under $400 easily, very easily. You're almost under $300 if you do it right. It's incredible, America. It's incredible how you can save money by getting just the car. Now, as far as features, I already said, you got the power windows, power locks, power mirrors, air conditioning, you got the neon blue interior. Some of them come with a sunroof. You got titanium wheels that weigh only 15 pounds a tire. That's with the tire mounted and balanced. 15 pounds. Now on the Eco model, which is what you're going to get the 42 miles to the gallon on, you're also going to get wind flaps. Over 45 miles per hour, there's wind flaps underneath the vehicle that allow for actual airflow to go underneath the engine, not just from the sides or into the grill. It's going to allow maximum air circulation into the motor and give you the gas mileage that you want. the savings that you've been looking for, and the payment that'll work for you.